to another edition of Letters with Luster. I am Harvey Luster. Now, this edition of Letters with Luster is a little different. Harvey Luster is not going to be answering your tweets, your emails, your letters. Harvey Luster has a letter for you, his fans, and his lovely ladies. So, the first thing Harvey Luster would like to do, Harvey Luster would like to get out of the way a little recap of some of the events at Gencon. But do not despair. If you have not kept up with what's happened at Gencon, the Luminous One will not spoil anything for you. The Luminous One, he will keep things to a minimum. Bear in mind, the Illustrious's voice, his linguistics is failing him a little. You see, the ladies at the Gencon could not keep themselves away from the Illustrious One. Harvey Luster found himself swarmed from the moment he entered the building. In fact, it was like they could sense the Luminous One the moment he entered Indianapolis. So Harvey Luster spent a lot of time saying, you know, calm down, ladies. There's plenty of the Illustrious One to go around. There's no need to fight. And of course, the Illustrious One, Harvey Luster, did a lot of this yelling and raising his voice to be heard over the crowd. So Harvey Luster's voice is a little rough today. Harvey Luster is tired. Harvey Luster is wore out. In fact, Harvey Luster had so many lovely ladies at the Gencon that he had to start a whole nother edition of the list of ladies. This is a whole nother edition. We're talking about edition number 43, or as I like to call it, Gencon 2018 Special Edition. But this is a long list of ladies. Look at this. Whew. I tell you what, Harvey Luster's right arm and right hand are worn out. You say, well, this sounds normal for Harvey Luster. Well, yes, Harvey Luster has encountered this sort of thing before, but at the Gencon, things were escalated. It was as though Harvey Luster was having trouble maintaining and containing the magnitude of his magnetic manliness. And the ladies just could not stop swarming to Harvey Luster. One such lady, as we can see evidenced here, is our 2017 Gencon World Champion, the Pager Rager. Now, Mr. Rager and I, we had our grudge match. We did have some words exchanged prior to the Gencon, but we did have our match, and we were able to solidify and to finalize our disagreements. In fact, we both walked out of that with the Mr. Rager, the King Greatness, and Harvey Luster having a newfound respect for each other. Well, Mr. Rager, Mr. Greatness, do not blame the Pager Rager for her actions. She cannot control her X chromosomes. She cannot control her reaction to the magnetic manliness that is the Illustrious One. In fact, during my time, during the Illustrious One's time at Gencon, Harvey Luster even found that his pheromones was too powerful for the witchcraft. Even the boss's lady, Miss Sage the Wicked Witch, could not resist the Illustrious One's charms. This is to be expected. So, one gentleman, his significant other, his lovely lady, a fan of the floral print, she herself even was wearing the floral print. She found herself magnetized to the Illustrious One. Well, this gentleman took exception to that. And during the events at Gencon, he actually had a confrontational moment with Harvey Luster. The guns were brought out. on both sides. And for a brief moment, there was a pose down. And the illustrious one, he's no stranger to this, but he was a little wary. He had never competed against this specific individual. He did not know this man. So during this competition, the illustrious one thought about bringing out his miscellaneous dropkick. And then he thought better of it, because this man appeared to be dangerous. So the illustrious one was forced to dig deep and bring out his ultimate weapon and finish the gentleman off with the ball gazer. Now, there were some other events at the Gencon. We know that there was a disagreement between the former world champion, the first world champion of the LFF, Mr. Sean Taft, and he had called into question the integrity and the capability of the GM, Mr. John Lates. That all kind of got settled. Those men both had their competition as well. There was a 5-on-5 stable, and it was determined who was going to actually hold the position of general manager for the World Championship, the main event tournament, following that set of matches. I will not divulge or digress what occurred with those. If you wish to find out, the illustrious one urges you, the illustrious one compels you with his Y chromosomes to visit the SIG universe, the Facebooks, or the Twitters, to see the results of some of these matches and the standings posted, even some of the videos posted by the SIG universe as things transpired. That way you can see it for yourself. Let's see, what other events did we have? Well, we had the Lady Baba. As mentioned before, the Lady Baba was to be released with the ambush. For those who do not know or do not remember, the Lady Baba, she is the significant other of the Wooly Bully, the head of the New World Order. And Lady Baba is his little Bo Peep. Well, Mr. Calais, the GM, had held this lady hostage in her tower. He was like the Bowser. And the New World Order, being led by, again, the Wooly Bully, he was like the Mario. And the Wooly Bully, he was going to fight the Bowser to win his lady back. Well, we discovered that the Lady Baba was quite a strong lady in her own right, was able to free herself from the clutches of the Bowser-like John Calais, and even make a significant presence in some of the tournaments. Lady Baba actually had herself in championship matches, had herself contending for titles. This is a very strong lady indeed, and we are proud to have her as a part of our New World Order. Now, what else do we have? We have a group from Michigan that rose up, showed up at these tournaments, and found themselves competing against the Kings. They was competing against the KSW and the Kings show for many of the Final Fours, the finals of some of these titles. They are a strong presence indeed, and we look forward to seeing them more in the future. The Kings had a very strong showing. The Kings held up to their titles and to the hype and the reputation that the Kings put out. The Kings very much found themselves competing toward the later stages of many of the tournaments, even with some of the lesser known individuals in the KSW making it into like the final eights and the final fours. And so it's proven that the Kings is not the only strong competitors in the KSW. There are several strong competitors there as well. And the New World Order did make their presence known from the moment they came into the building. From battles in the Underworld Champions to battles tag champions with the Alpaca Protection Agency, the APA, the illustrious one thought about calling the APA to help assist dispersing the riding of the ladies. But he handled that himself. But the APA had strong showings in the tag tournaments, as well as did the Kings. And of course, this group from Michigan that, as yet, I do not know that they has a name, but we know they are from Michigan. They is up from the Lake State, and they has a strong presence in the LFF. We even saw a strange group show up calling themselves the Horsemen. And they had these, like, monk's robes and all. The illustrious one believes they has taken a vow of celibacy. And that is perfectly fine. They just leaves more ladies for the illustrious one to take care of. But they tried to make their presence known, and we were aware of their presence, but they were kind of dark and shadowy. We still do not know who these horsemen is. I'm sure that will be a development we will see in the future. Now, on a personal note, something that the illustrious one would like to address. I'm sure many of you thinking is, where is Harvey Luster? We know Harvey Luster was not able to attend earlier days at the Gencon because he was taking care of his ladies. And we know Harvey Luster was there on Saturday. Harvey Luster was able to assist in the 5-on-5 stable matches, and Harvey Luster was there competing at a chance at the World Championship. But Harvey Luster has already disappeared. Do not worry, do not fret. The illustrious one has not faded off into anonymity. The illustrious one is still here, and will continue to be here, and continue to take your letters and your requests. On the Facebook, Harvey Luster. On the Twitters, @LusterHarvey, and via email, illustrioushl@gmail.com. I will still continue to take those and answer those and help keep you informed of current events within the LFF and within the world of the ladies at large that the illustrious one serves. So, where is Harvey Luster today? Harvey Luster is where Harvey Luster is. As you can see, Harvey Luster's crib behind him. Ladies of the Louisville, fret not. Your illustrious one has returned back to his side of the river within proximity of your X chromosomes. So, on Saturday, the day of the World Championship, this was the day of the birth of the infamous, illustrious, industrious, lustrous lover of ladies, Harvey Luster. Harvey Luster was elated to spend this day in this time with the members of the LFF and meeting new members, new folks that he had not met, that Harvey Luster had never encountered before. And the luminous one was elated and overjoyed at making so many new friends in the LFF. But with the illustrious one spending his day of birth in celebration with the LFF, it was something that was kind of kept on the down lows, and the GPS, the Devil's Reject, almost let this slip. But Harvey Luster reeled that in. He did not want the whole day to be about the illustrious one, because it should always be about the ladies. Everything should always be for the ladies. So today, the day after the day of birth of the illustrious one, Harvey Luster has returned back to the Ville to spend some time today with a very special lady in the illustrious one's life, Mama Luster. Because who else should be celebrated? The day of birth is not just the day for celebration of the luminous one, but it is a day of celebration of the lovely lady who fabricated from her feminine factory this fabulous gift to the femininity. So that is where Harvey Luster is today. Harvey Luster has returned home so that he may spend some time today with his family and with Mama Luster, because it should always be for the ladies, regardless of what lady that be in your life, whether it be your significant other, whether it be your mother, whether it be your grandmother. And that is what motivationalizes the illustrious one. So with that, I will sign off for today. And I'd like to thank everyone who did come out this year to the Gencon, the competitors with the LFF. And I would like to thank the folks at the SRG. I would like to thank the GM colleagues. I would like to thank the boss, Mr. Resk, for doing what they do, putting on the show they put on. And I'd like to throw a shout out to the caveman. The caveman gets no respect. The caveman does not get credit. But the caveman does a lot. And lest we not forget Pat, the Pat Mulligan. The man was a competitor, and he has stepped away from the competition to assist in a role with the road crew, putting on the LFF competitions, putting on the Super Show, making the Super Show super. So a shout out to him as well. And last but obviously not least, we cannot forget the hard work and the assistance supporting all of those gentlemen with the SRG, from our lovely own Sage, the Wicked Witch. We must also say a thank you and much love to you as well, because again, everything Hobby Luster does is always about the ladies.